Hello everyone, I am Tessellating Hexagons, and as previously promised, you join me here at what I can only assume is the Rose Bowl Stadium. It's Wyndon Stadium, we're in Wyndon. It's time for the, not the semi-finals, but the thing that happens after the semi-finals. Wake me up! I've already spoken to everyone here because I've already gone through the semi-finals. This is the time where we challenge the gym leaders, and that's why I'm recording this, because I think you might be interested in seeing how my team fares against Leon, but also the finals. The gym leaders in the finals are different between Sword and Shield. Or at the very least, Allister is here instead of Bede. So, yay, more voice acting! So, yes, sure, let's go left, right, and or on straight ahead. Everyone is here except for the people who don't exist in this timeline, or they do exist, they're just not qualified in this timeline. Now, can I remember all of their voices?
I'd say I aim to win this thing, and I'll do it without using Dynamax to help everyone in Spikebus reclaim their pride, and to see him smile once again. Air puffed sugar delights.
Long time no see. This will be a different sort of battle from what you faced in the gym challenge. Those were basically test matches, but this is serious battle. I can't believe I used to think you were cute, and then you turned out to be Scottish. Allister, the new friend.
My mask feels like it's gonna fall off.
Oh, okay. Now, the voice I can never do, Raihan Drummond. I'm gonna win my way through every round, then I'll be the one taking on Leon. If I don't, then I'll have failed to repay Duraludon and the rest of my team for all their hard work. I think I'm improving with age. Kabu J-Bug Fables. I'll always press on and challenge myself so that I can go on as a Pokemon trainer for as long as possible. As long as you continue to push yourself, your brilliance will never fade. Titty McGee, how your thighs? Thick thighs save lives, you know what they say.
I won't be putting on a showy battle for the crowd. I'll show everyone what a severe battle truly is.
And Big the Cat, how are you doing?
My first match is against Raihan of all people? Oh, what rotten luck. But even if he changes the weather around, I don't plan on throwing in the towel so easy.
Good for you, Milo. I had a look at a load of, vines, but they're Sword and Shield. And everyone portrays Milo as a short king, and he's not. He's not short. Anyway, I think I might be overleveled. This is not my fault. I swear I have not been cheatling. The game is just very generous with levels. Now, I'm leading with Rebecca, not Polly, Rebecca, because, well, there's a certain gym leader who's not present here because she recently retired, which begs the question, how would this tournament bracket work if all 8 gym leaders were here? Because then there would need to be a 9th slot for the challenger, and how would that even work? Anyway, Leon, what it do? It probably goes without saying, but hello, Galar. I'm your champion, Leon. The chairman is tied up with some business, so I hope no one minds. In order to lead you all to great heights as Pokemon trainers of the... Stop skipping my dialogue, you dumb fuck assholes! Yeah, I don't actually have control over how quickly this text advances, so, there you go. I tried. And I like how, the illegible Galarian script in the background, you can still read it even though it's illegible. Wait, you... Oh, it's a friend! Who's that? Who's that Pokemon? It's Pikachu! It's Clefairy! Fuck! A moment, if I may. Does anyone here even remember me? I am Bede, the challenger who was forced to withdraw from the gym challenge. Bede! He's a challenger endorsed by Chairman Rose himself! Okay, I said how, the script is legible, but there it just says, oh gee, no! I have a score to settle with Challenger Hex here. I'm aware that this is against the rules, but I must ask nonetheless. Let me battle her. I'll stake my career as a challenger on this battle. If I lose, I'll retire from being a trainer.
What an unexpected turn of events. Former Challenger Bede has come for one last battle. We're currently debating what to do with Chairman Bede.
Chairman Bede? Chairman Bede, we have gone forwards in time. I know this is ridiculous of me, but I had to say something, do something. Ever since you showed up, everything I've done has gone wrong. correlation, not causation, dear. It was Oleana who asked me to gather wishing stars for the chairman, but then the chairman himself disowned me. Then some strange old lady comes out of nowhere and drags me into a boot camp on fairy-type Pokemon. Do you have any idea what I've been through? Covered in pink, dealing with quizzes and battles with fairy-type Pokemon every day. And here I am, pouring my heart out to you, when I've never lost my cool before. And then the commentators are like, hey, ho, it's fine. Hi, Bede. My will hasn't been broken yet. Oh, it's about to be. I am finna mess you up big time, Styly. So yes, I could just jump straight ahead to the only stuff in the finals that's different between this and Sword. But I think let's just have a fun time. Let you see my whole team in action. And of course, you would lead with Mawile, who is part Steel. We've faced too much to quit now. We've got no choice but to win. So, for those just joining, Mawile is a Steel Fairy type. Fairy is weak to poison, Steel is immune to poison. How dare you strategize and cover your own weaknesses like that? And funny thing, so Mawile was introduced in Generation 3, and I could swear it used to be a Dark Steel type, and it turns out no, it was pure Steel until Fairy was introduced, at which point it became Steel Fairy. Though I think its Mega form is either Dark Fairy or Dark Steel or Steel Fairy, I don't know. It just... I'm sure it used to be part Dark, but it's not. And Gardevoir, also... Okay, two things. First of all, for fuck's sake, it's Gardevoir, dear Americans, not Gardevoir. Like, there's an I in there. It's not the, turn into a wardrobe and then eat your furry friends Pokemon. It's Gardevoir, not Vor. Also, it used to be pure Psychic, now it's Psychic Fairy as of Generation 6, this is Generation 8. Don't worry about it, if you're watching this video, you probably already know. Another Psychic Fairy. I mean, why break what isn't fixed? Yeah, that makes sense. I appreciate at least that Rapidash is male, just to, like, prove to y'all out there, you know, smash gender roles. A guy can look girly and don't think anything of it, and vice versa. And that being said, I suppose in that outfit with that hairdo, Bede does look kind of androgynous, but, like, there's nothing wrong with that. He's cotton candy boy. Well, candy floss, excuse you. Hatterene, wait. Is this... Wait. Oh, whoa. Oh, whoa, what's this? Wait, so was there what... Pardon me having a moment here. What's with that calm expression? Think you're gonna win? Yes. Yes, I do. You're down to your last Pokemon. Neither of us have Dynamaxed yet. And this is a poison friend, so yeah, you should be shuddering. Because, yeah, Hatterene, famously Bede's Fairy Gigantamaxadelio, and let's get some goop up in here. Now, weirdly, I might be mistaken. I want to say that Sludge Wave actually does more damage outside of Dynamax form. Like Max Ooze from Sludge Wave does less damage than Sludge Wave itself. I'm not 100% on that. I know it's surprisingly underwhelming, but I want to... Hang on a minute. We'll show you a truly great pink. It's time for my dear Hatterene to Gigantamax. Good for you, Bede. I can't, like, this is before taking into account the stat changes that may or may not come with Dynamaxing. I don't know if Dynamax, I know you get more HP. Do you get more attack and defense as well? I mean, that would make sense, but I don't know. Anyway, hey girl, do your thing, do your thing. Just Rebecca crab walking onto the pitch and then just poisoning everyone. Yep, I might be over leveled, but it's fine. We'll be fine. But, yep, so Rebecca just completely soloed that because type matchups, and also I may have spent too long grinding in the wild area, but that's not your problem. Also, congrats on becoming a gym leader and losing in your first ever battle in that capacity. I couldn't win, but at least I was able to show everyone how great fairy types are. Good for you. No one cares, but good for you. I'm sure you have your stands. Well, I lost.
It looks like Challenger Bede was no match for Hex and her trusted team. Hey Bede, that was some match.
Don't retire, just restart your career. But this isn't what I planned. If I was able to defeat you, then everything would be fine. Even if I lost, I was going to use retiring as an excuse to get away from that old lady. You just keep messing up my plans. With everyone cheering me on like this, I have no choice but to continue my training as the fairy-type gym leader. Though, I suppose with my talents, I'll be able to overtake Miss Opal in no time. Yay, good for you, Bede. Everything about your life is disappointing, but you did it anyway. So, these are indeed the finals. Nobody else is in here. Now, I'm fairly sure our first match is against Nessa, and I would leave Rebecca in, which incidentally... Did you restore my PP? You restored my PP. So, I'll lead with Sarah anyway, because Amulet Coin and one singular grass-type attack. We'll be fine. Let's go and show them what 4, 5, 6, and indeed 12. Nessa. Now, apparently, Nessa has this whole character arc where she's enamored with you, like, when first meeting you, and then once you beat her in her gym, she becomes obsessed with defeating you, and, like, certainly during the stream, I never got that impression. So anyway, Nessa. I like her sense of style, except I don't really get the rubber rings on her shoes. They look a bit weird. I could tell you've grown far stronger since you faced me in Hulbury Stadium. I've got to hand it to our undefeated champion. He has a proper eye for talent, too. But you're not the champion, and you'll never become the champion either. Do you know why? It's because I, Nessa, am going to defeat both you and Leon. I'm not going to underestimate you again. I'll use Dynamax to wash you out to sea and beyond the horizon. You keep telling that delusion. Convince yourself, sweetie. See, again, this is another battle that I could have chosen to skip, just because, you know, you're actually only here to see what I do with Allister, but I figured people would be interested in seeing me trial by combat. You're part bug type because you would be. I mentioned this on the... Oh, hang on. Some of you might be disappointed, but I'm going to wash your team away. Well, Sarah understood. Oh yeah, first impression. Oh. First impression bug type then? For some reason I expect it to be dark, but dark isn't super effective on grass or water. Well, whatever. You can only use that once because it's chicken. Like first impression you can only use on your first turn in battle, or the Pokemon's first turn on the pitch. But anyway, that's enough to trigger your emergency exit, so get out of here. As I mentioned on stream, to me, Golisopod is so much more intuitive, but that doesn't make sense because it's Goliath and Isopod, so Golisopod. It doesn't seem intuitive, but S-O-C-K-S, it is what it is. But while we're here, I mean, I don't see it coming up at any point, but I need, and I'm sure I've done it on stream, but I need to gripe. You know the Pokemon Growlithe? It evolves into Arcanine. Arcane Canine. Not Arcanine, you fools! Right then, where was I? Yeah! Send out a fire type against a water type gym leader. Genius moves, Jess! No, but I was gonna use bounce and he's gonna be all bouncy and you're going to open with first impression because that's the whole sort of strat with Golisopod. It has an ability that forcibly retires it from battle when its health first dips below 50 HP. And you can only use first impression on your first turn of being sent out. But emergency exit as an ability allows you to keep being sent out, so you can have that first turn multiple times. So it's sort of getting the most bang for your buck. But you chose not to do it this time, and the window has closed, so get stomped upon by the almighty Porbs of Damiano. Nyahaha. Yeah, I've not done that in a hot while, apart from in real life. Yes, I sometimes do the pirate cat girl laugh in real life, because it tickles my mother. Anyway, yeah, back to you, Sarah. You can do it. You can barbecue it, even though there are no fire types involved, apart from Damiano, but he's had his turn. Now, I mentioned previously how I have headcanons about this team mostly based on her time as a Lombre, but still, I do headcanon that Sarah smoker the weed, and the rest of the team, like, they don't cruel. They don't begrudge her this habit, they just don't join her in it. But I can still imagine Damiano, like, you know, using his fire-type powers to light up a blunt, and so then Sarah just takes a hit or two, and then uses her head thing as an ashtray, which is, like, don't do that, but still. And then there's Rebecca, who's just, like, about everything. She's like the purple-haired girl from Duolingo. And then there's Honduras, who is affectionate and snuggly, and she's just, like, she doesn't realize how big she is. She's always down for a snuggle. Anyway, Pelipper, you are quad weak to electricity, so you're gonna go down even faster than the others. I mean, there's no nice way of saying it. You're going to perish.
Oh, Drizzle, well, ain't that cute?
I don't know, is it cute? I suppose I could, well no, because I'm about to need to voice act. I do have headcanons for, like, if I were put in charge of making a sequel to Sword and Shield in the style of Black 2 and White 2 compared to Black and White, I had some ideas for that, but all good things in time. First of all, Nessa, do you have words to impart upon my 12? You know, my 12. Dreadnought. This would be another time to submit Sarah. Now, this might be foolish, because I believe Energy Ball will be quad effective. We just have to hope that Sarah doesn't get, like, obliterated first, because that'll destroy any opportunity I have to Dynamax in this battle, so. Looks like I'm down to one last Pokemon. I've been saving the best for last! See, the character arc just doesn't come across for me because she doesn't really have much of an opportunity to be a character between seeing you off from Motorstoke and now, which is disappointing to say the least, but still. So just to double check, 90 versus 100, yeah.
130!
So, does your Pokemon's speed affect who Dynamaxes first? Said Porky Pig. It just feels like the game should prioritize your opponent going first, but it would make more sense if it was based on speed stats. Also, I have pumped all of my team full of Dynamax candies. Everyone's at level 10 Dynamax because I did so many max raid battles. Flood the stadium and make it our ocean. Dreadnought, time to Gigantamax. Okay, sure. Are you going to hold it gentle like Beach Ball again? Oh, yes, you are, because you have one animation cycle. Well, I'm having fun anyway. So, here's a question. Is this the same Dreadnought that she uses in her gym battle? Because this is a Gigantamax rather than a Dynamax. She Dynamaxes in the gym battle, but Gigantamax is here. Is it the same one and she's just fed it Max Soup? Or is it a different... Bear in mind, Max Soup didn't exist in the 1.0 version of this game. Or did she just specifically raise up a separate Dreadnought with the Gigantamax factor? We will never know, because that's not a part of the canon they particularly care about. Also, I've never understood the terrain mechanics. I've played through Gen 7, it's just... I think they introduced in Gen 6, actually. Either way, not a fan. But that's neither hither nor thither nor whence. Oh, Nessa, you have been demolished, as is customary. What have you to say to that? Nana Banana, Nessa Barzilai. You had no problem handling our surging might. It's no wonder that you won. Yeah, well, you're out of the tournament, baby. Yeah, get dunked on in your own liquid. You and your Pokemon are just too much. Even with my Dynamax partner, you weathered our waves and stood firm. Now that I think about it, Sonia was saying something about how amazing you were. I wish I'd paid more attention to what she was talking about instead of her luscious thighs and chest area. I bet everyone in Galar's got their eyes on you now. You defeated my team, so now you've got to ride that current all the way to the end. So, I'm not sure how I started voicing her, but she certainly has just turned into Tahani Al-Jamil at this point. Anyway, sure enough, next up it is Allister, the real reason for the season. So Ghost, SpongeBob SquarePants, Honduras, Steak, small quantity of please, you have Crunch. I'm gonna crunch, I'm gonna munch. Anyway, Muffled Musk McBrummy Boy, allow us to engage in our rematch. Is this fun to watch? Bearing in mind I'm accidentally overleveled, because as I said, that was not my intention. That's just how this game is if you play it the way the devs intended. Hey. Whereas I was playing like super fast on streams because I wanted to keep it entertaining, but with this I've been playing it on my own terms, on my own speed. Anyway, Allister, how's your shy guy ass face?
Allister, you look well. I remember you. You were the strongest gym challenger I had. So I reckon we should battle.
Yes, do let's. I don't know what else to say to that. He's surprisingly fun to voice. He's a spooky boy. Fun fact as well. When I was first brainstorming, Dark and Ghost. Bad news for me, I guess. Right, so when I was first brainstorming which voices to give the gym leaders, I had originally intended to give the voice I gave to Gordy.
Yeah, everyone's looking. I want to hide, but I'll fight.
I was going to give Allister the furry trash voice that I gave to Gordy, but obviously Allister isn't in Sword, so it never came up, so I gave it to Gordy instead. And frankly, I prefer that characterization. So I had to come up with something fresh and innovative for Allister, and I'm surprised that that's super effective, because I could swear Dusk Noir is part dark. Like, I'm fairly sure it's Dark Ghost. It could be pure Ghost for all I know. I thought it was part Dark. Oh, well, get that out of the way early on something that I can easily just... Okay, no, I'm looking at Dusk Noir here, and I'm just picturing, like, hold the tail in one hand, the head in the other, and just sort of tip it open, and there's, like, cookies inside or something, like a little tea caddy, because that is canonically its mouth, I think. It opens like a hinge. Anyway, that was disappointingly easy because I am too strong. Chandelier, you are Fire Ghost, so logically we'll use a water move. There was a moment there where I thought, no, I should use electricity, to electrocute the fire. That makes sense. Because I was getting so mixed up with the notion of, yes, I'll send out a water type, therefore electricity will be good. Like, no, I'm supplying the water. Also, fun fact, Chandelier, one of my personal favorite Gen 5 Pokemon. A little known fact about me. Anyway, burn it with water. Now, I'm not sure, and I feel like they are, but are all fire types immune to getting burned? Because obviously Scald can inflict burn despite being a water type move. I mean, we'll never find out because that Chandelier's fucking dead, but, let it be known that these things pass through my head. Also, I used Sarah's, so double the money. Anyway, Poltegeist. I want to say that it's pure Ghost, because, like, Ghost Poison, for one, is an overused combination anyway, and also, it's a pot of tea, so, like, surely the whole teapot thing, like, you wouldn't want it to be poisoned, because it's tea, and it's, like, if a Poltegeist trusts its trainer, it will let the trainer taste the tea it's made of. Okay, the police happened outside. No idea if you could hear that on the microphone. Anyway, Honduras, get a mouthful of tea and just eat the whole pot. Like, I could actually imagine Honduras just picking up a teapot and just, like, eating the whole thing in one bite instead of just having a cup of tea. No offense, Poltegeist. So, this is going up. Oh, you know what that means. I have enough levels for chicken nuggets. Cursula. Wait. Is Cursula your Gigantamax? That's unexpected to say the least. Now we'll carry on with the dark type antics, because it's Water Rock. No, Ghost Rock. Water Rock is actual, like, non-Galarian Corsola. This isn't your last anyway, so never mind. I was strategizing around things that don't exist. I'm impressed with the way they animate Corsola, by the way, as well. Like it's a lot more lively than I was expecting. And I'm glad that Corsola got an evolution. Like, I do like it when generations introduce evolutions to pre-existing Pokemon, because Gen 4 did that, and then there was a lot of nothing until Gen 8, more or less. Of course it's Gengar! Well, in that case, Sylvia, the time is yours, and thank you to the people in the comments who pointed out when I did Allister's gym on recording that actually Ghost doesn't hang on a minute.
Very last Pokemon. How lonely. How frightening.
Psychic doesn't really do anything on Ghost, so it's not Quad Weak, it's only regular weak, because Gengar is Ghost Poison. The Ghost aspect yeah, okay, the poison aspect is weak to psychic, but the ghost aspect is not. Like, it's neutral. It's just, because Generation 1, I want to say, every ghost was ghost poison, so they were all weak to psychic by default, and that's what's messed up my interpretation. It was something like that, anyway. Anyway, here's my fancy party hat Necrozma, who would literally jump in front of a bullet for me. She's obsessed.
Gengar, Gigantamax, swallow everything in darkness.
Funny thing with Allister, he gives off real, like, 3rd gym energy, even though he's the 4th gym. Just throwing that out there. Up there we go. I was going to say,
Where's your Pokemon gone, fucko?
You know, because that's an appropriate way of addressing a child. So yes, the headcanons I had about if they were to make, like, a Sword 2, Shield 2. Well, I suppose I should wait until the next battle, because we've got Raihan coming up, and he's going to be a time, and I've got her voice act, and I'm sure y'all are loving it. Clearly, definitely, and for soup. Instantly. I love the way that the speech-to-text, text-to-speech on Duolingo pronounces the Russian word for soup, because it's just soup. So, like, if you wanted to say, I want soup in Russian, я хочу soup. Or it might be, I don't remember how the accusative works, but the point is, it's soup. And if you're saying, I want, я хочу, you have to sneeze to want things in Russian, and that's delightful. I have gone down several sidetracks.
Maybe my mask kept me from seeing just how strong you really are.
He was Brummy, and now he's just become generically Northern. Well, whatever. This was fun.
Crumbs? That were ace. Give it your best out there. I'm mad about strong trainers.
Good for you. I do feel that Allister and Bede are 2 really well-written characters. So no matter which version you're playing the version with good writing.
Sis, you shouldn't be forcing your way in here. What's Octopus doing here?
Sorry, Hex. I thought my bro could get revenge on me, but he lost to Raihan. You look so sloppy up there that people are gonna think we're both weak because we're related.
Money, I've already beaten your ass. You already looked plenty weak for both of you.
You got it wrong, sis. Ryan's just that strong. But I was able to show everyone in the audience how amazing a proper battle without using Dynamax could be.
Alright, I get it, but that's exactly why I wanted you to win. I still thought it was a brilliant battle, though.
I give her the Marshy the Marshmallow voice from Strong Bad, Homestar Runner, in case you didn't get that. So, anyway. Yes, let's go and devour Raihan. And... should I be cheap? I'm feeling the cheapity because I don't think Boris has had that much time to shine on the pitch thus far. So yeah, I'll have Rebecca in second because I think these are still single battles. I know Raihan prefers double battles. I want to say he's forced into singles for the finals. Well, whatever. Whatever the case may be, we have Boris on our side, so I don't fancy his chances. Yeah, damn right I'm a brilliant rising star versus Raihan Drummond. The joke being Raihan Drummond was the voice of Sonic the Hedgehog in Sonic Adventure 1 and 2, and that's roughly the version of the... That's kind of the voice I've been giving to Raihan, and Raihan, I'm assuming it's pronounced Raihan. You're really something else, kid. You made it all the way out here. I guess that's why the champion himself endorsed you, yeah? Leon's my rival, and he chose you, so I've gotta first prove I'm better than you if I'm to beat him. I've reworked my whole team, and now we're all geared up for one-on-one battle. I've lost it. I cannot do that voice for too long. You might be thinking you beat me once already, but if you think I'm the same Raihan you faced during the gym challenge, you'll soon regret it. If you say so. You have huge hands, but then again, so does everyone except for Allister. There you are with your cheese face. A face that can and will, if invited, eat cheese. Torkoal! Oh yeah, I was gonna say, but that's not a dragon type, but it is, like, reptilian? And also drought, because he's a weather boy. Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy? So anyway, oh, that's drought. I guess the sunlight burned him real harsh. Boris understands weather. Now just don't use Earthquake, and we'll be Gucci. So, the thought I had about if they made a sequel, a Sword 2 and a Shield 2. For one, Solar Beam usually takes 2 turns to charge up, but in Harsh Sunlight, it only takes 1 turn. So, fuck you. One thing that I would have is, there'd be a slight shake-up of the towns. Like, maybe have the player character, live in Motorstoke, for one thing. And then when they take on the gym challenge, they go anti-clockwise rather than clockwise. So you start from Motorstoke, and then head east and go to Hulbury first, and then Turffield. But, further to that, what I would have is, between Sword and Shield 1 and Sword and Shield 2, Milo and Nessa have both been relegated from the, well, I don't know if they count as the minor league as it is, but they're relegated from, the main gym circuit. So, Hulbury is now Bee's territory, so the first gym is a fighting-type gym. And then, Turffield was buried in some sort of natural disaster. And so that's where Allister is. So now, whether you're playing Sword 2 or Shield 2, you fight both Bee and Allister in the first 2 gyms. And the idea is, the big bads have, made some natural disasters happen. And so, the seas have been really rough around Hulbury, so they need fighting types in order to, still continue to hold their own. And then, that harsh weather also... Oh, rip! The sunlight either just faded or is soon to fade. Anyway, so, the harsh weather conditions caused a landslip that more or less buried most of Turffield, so there's basically no one living there apart from... They were able to salvage the gym, and so they thought, well, fuck it, we'll put the ghost gym there, it'll be fine, it'll make perfect sense. Next, there's, a western exit to Galar Mine number 1, and if you go through that and then head south, there's a new town, and that's where, most of the evacuees from Turffield now live, and I think in that town, there is a new gym, and that gym is either Clara's Poison-type gym if you're playing Sword 2, or Avery's Psychic-type gym if you're playing Shield 2. Now, should I leave Boris out and... you know what, I'll just do the sensible thing rather than hoping he'll buffer through. So yeah, you hang on, am I being... Wait, I'll just use a berry, I've got plenty of them. So, yeah, so those are the first 3 gyms, and then you get back to Motorstoke, you take on Kabu, and he's the 4th, everything's the same, it's just he's the 4th gym now instead of the 3rd. And I guess maybe you'd have some excuse to go down to, Postick and Wedgehurst and that lot, I don't know. I mean, I guess you'd have to meet Professor Magnolia and or Professor Sonia at that point, I don't know. Then, Gym 5? Oh, right, yeah, that was it. So, again, go east rather than west. So, once you've done Motorstoke, which would be Gym 4, you go to Sirchester, which would be Gym 5, and that would be Gaudy no matter what, because the game has this sort of ongoing theme of, succession. So either Gaudy has succeeded the gym, or Gaudy has only just succeeded the gym, depending on whether you're following Sword Cannon or Shield Cannon, respectively. And then, all along, by the way, the game is, hyping up. Ooh, Raihan's this really tough gym leader, you're gonna need to be ready when you face him, because he's the 8th gym leader, and he's gonna be really tough. So, yeah, you go to Gym 5, you get the rock badge, and then you come back, and then you have to head west.
Here you go, have a taste of sunny day. Have you got a plan to counter it? I found you, Baker.
And I keep wanting to use Scald because it's non-physical, and yeah, Turtonator's whole gimmick is Shell Trap, but if you don't make physical contact, it doesn't matter. And my water type moves will have been weakened by the sunlight, but it's fine, because that is a job done. Yeah, so you go west to Stow-on-Side. There is no gym there anymore. You must instead go north to Ballonlee, where Bede exists. I feel like I've missed something out here. Yeah, no, hang on. That would be a 6th gym. Who have I forgotten about? I've forgotten about someone, and it is Ducking G. Hellacious. Oh, yeah, Piers. Oh, Sirchester and then Spikemouth which is now run by Marnie. So that's gyms 5 and 6. And then you go up to Bede, who in Ballon Lee, who is gym number 7. And, like, after you get that badge... Oh, breaking news! Raihan has finally defeated the champion, so now Raihan is the champion. So, like, all that hype up of him being a really strong trainer, like, that still stands, it's just now he's the champion instead. Which suddenly means, hang on a minute, oh no, we're now light 1 gym, you've got 7 badges. Here comes the rain, feel its cold dampness soak into your body. Lewd. So, yeah, you now have 7 badges, you need an 8th, but they've moved the championship to Hammerlock, which means they had to hastily set up a new gym in Wyndon, so you have to go up there anyway. And that new gym is either Avery and the Psychic types in Sword, or Clara and the Poison types in Shield. So you get to fight both, it's just one's substantially stronger than the other, depending on which version you're playing. And they give you the 8th badge. And then, yeah, once you've done that, you go down to Hammerlock and take on the championship. That was my rough outline of a thing, and I was... Oh. Let the winds blow! Stream forward, Sandstorm! I was brainstorming this with Heather on Stevia, and she suggested that, like, the villainous team here, we've got some people posing as Team Yell, but they're just doing it to make Team Yell look bad. And, like, Chairman Rose is like, hey, I know this looks bad for me, but I had nothing to do with this. And it turns out that Oleana was the bad guy. We actually get to delve into her backstory. Now, Duraludon. You do realize I'm the great Raihan, right? I'll be the one to beat Leon, so first I'll beat you. Something, mirror, glue, I don't remember the thing. Anyway, you're going to turn into the Shard, as opposed to the Shard, and... Oh! Max Quake is more effective than Max Starfall. Okay! Bring the storm. My partner will send everyone in the stadium flying. Ooh. To quote the Italian Duolingo for when they go in the stories. Because the Sandstorm is in play, doesn't that mean that ground-type attacks are more powerful? Such as Max Quake? Are you going to be murdered by my kitty cat? Which, incidentally, while I was out on a walk today, I met a grey cat, and I called him Pinball because he headbutts so hard it's like a pinball flipper, and, like, it was so endearing, because usually domestic cats who are out of the house are really wary of other people. But this one was just like, oh my god, people! And he came over and he was all boopy and... like that, basically. And it was just precious, and I love him, and I hope he's there the next time I walk that way. Wait a minute. Oh yeah, Steel's good on fairy types. I'm dumb. So we sort of have a perfect storm here. A fairy type taking on a dragon type, but also a steel type taking on a fairy type. Oh no! Oh, I did not think this through. But that's fine. My Spesh Death Rose. I think I should heal now, because he's faster. And if Boris faints, I've lost my Dynamax. If I heal him, then I get 2 Dynamax turns, which is substantially more than... right, yeah. That's substantially more than, no Dynamax turns. So, sure, I have a max potion, and... I mean, it's not the best time to use it, because obviously, redonkulously large number of H. McPeingtons, because Dynamax, but hey, you know, it's whatever. These large steel-spiked rollers. Okay, good. So you do have it in you to withstand 1 more hit. Unless the Sandstorm puts paid to that, which it shouldn't. Okay, good. Wait, nope, not the bag. Now, I'm thinking, Boris has the Pixie Plate equipped, and I'm thinking that, plus same type attack bonus, maybe that will do more than Max Quake. Max Quake, it's the name you'd love to touch, but you mustn't touch. I don't know the tune, I don't know the words, it's been 89 years. Anyway, I'm just gonna drop space on you if that's alright, thanks. Okay, thank you, bye-bye. Okay, good, that was, we got a little bit dicey for a second there, but then we didn't. And also, when you activate Psychic Terrain, oh, that was Mist. Okay, never mind. That's Misty Terrain. Psychic Terrain. It says, the battlefield got weird. That just seems like, oh, the Pokemon started making out. The battlefield got weird. That's what comes to mind, but then that's because of the company that I keep. Because I know some peak furry trash in my life. Anyway, that was a thought we didn't need to think. You got ferried. Huh. Losing in the finals is pretty rough. But I suppose I'd better take a quick shot to remember it by. Cha-ching. Now, I was going to have the champion battle in this video as well, but I mean, I've gone for 40 minutes. I think I could save it for a fresh video. My lovely Pokemon and I become much stronger than we were before, but you just blew right past us, beyond anything I'd imagined. I'm still pretty young myself, but it just goes to show there's always someone younger coming up, reaching further than you ever dreamed, and you've got your whole future ahead of you. Keep up the momentum. Prove that Leon's not unbeatable. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Challenger number 6. But enough of me making stupid noises as well. One last bit of voice acting, and hey, you brought your Rillaboom.
Alright, the big moment's finally here, eh? I just came to cheer you on, you know. Still, it's not easy picking sides. After all, it's the showdown between my big brother and my rival. Who should I really want to win more?
Rillaboom! Because he just talks like that, apparently.
Right, you reckon I should cheer for Hex too, don't you? Couldn't agree more. After all, we did start this thing out together way back in Post-Stick. So you better beat Lee, you hear? I've got money riding on this now, thanks to my Pokemon. If anyone can beat the unbeatable champion, it'll be you, mate.
Rillaboom! Morty!
Well, thanks for that. So I guess it's called online banking. So I have been and will continue to be tessellating Hexagons, and in the next one, we take on the champion for literally nothing other than for novelty value. So I guess I should save here, to be honest. But yes, when next we meet, we will be taking on the champion of Galar. See you then. Goodbye.